today's episode, we're going to have one replay featuring Mr. Super_Nooble from the GGS clan playing the hybrid T103. So, judging from the email and the title on WoT Record, here's the question. Is this truly the best tank that you could get in the Bond store? The best vehicle? We shall see. Well, it's a bold claim, but judging from, well, the result that I saw on WoT Record, you are in for a couple of surprises. Well, we are in for a couple of surprises, including myself. So let's see, we are on Redshire, one of the, you could say, balanced maps in the game. Now, there is a huge imbalance for the South team, in where the Northern team, where you see the P-44 Pantera being spotted right now by the Lynx, people would go up the hill and they would just shoot across from the middle all the way to that line on the 9-0 line. But Wargaming quite recently added topography in order to cover the tanks going from there, because it was highly unbalanced. And oh my god, man. Now that's satisfying. Taking care of that EBR, mwah, bellissimo. Very nice. And unfortunately, the Lynx just exploded. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Pure tier 8? Yeah, I just took care of that Pantera. Nice. Rajana. He's up at 1007 damage. And it is the battle of the premiums. Count the premiums. Just count them. Let's see. LT, ELC, Vipera, T103, Prototipo, 2 Burasks, Chrysler K. That is 8 premiums on one side. Oh, and there goes the Hawk 12. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista. We have 8. Now, let's count the other ones. EBR, ELC, WZ, T103, Stridsvan, Scorpion G, Type 59, Lorraine, Burask, 122 PM, T34, and 112. Oh my god, that's 8 on one side and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the other. 20 premium tanks, unless I missed something. 20 out of 30 is automatically 66.6%, aka 2/3, which is pretty amazing. 2/3. Of course, I've seen better than this, but oh well, whatever. So, the T103. Disadvantages? It's a huge tank and it's a little bit slow. Advantages? It has a decent turret with 200 armor, if I remember correctly, or is it 220? Something like that. I have to check again. And it can bounce a few shots. Reliable gun, huge alpha for its tier. Fully traversable turret, 360, which is amazing. Look at the alpha on this thing. Well, it says average damage 440, but you rarely roll below that. Rarely. Look, these rolls that you see over there, let's point that out very quickly once he's in a position that he's not going to fight. So these rolls that you see right over there, they're kill shots. The actual damages, you see 485 on that Stridsvan, who must be freaking out right now because he only has 1000 HP. 542. 450. Now that was a low roll. That there. I jinxed the player. 417. Really, Wargaming? Really? I like the fact how they admit in one of the latest patches that you can get a perk. Is it on your gunner or equipment? I can't remember. Where you could get, you could lower the minimum, raise the minimum, and lower. You get the idea. You could influence the minimum maximum. Oh, holy crap! How are you connecting these shots? Ooh la la, mon chéri. Let's see. Is he gonna take a blind shot here? I don't think so, but very tiny. Very tiny. Oh boy. Surprise, surprise. The best tanks in the game are Russian. And of course, our hero is using a female commander, because that's what you expect most men to do. Yeah, we're sick and tired of listening to male voices, so we want to hear something.
That's
something
kind of
nice.
small.
That's small. Oh boy. Bing! Oh, the 103 shot him. But he is using premium and he did not penetrate. And here's the thing. Look at the penetration on the WoW. 270 to 307 depending on the distance. But in the worst case scenario, 270 and he did not penetrate. Of course, you take into account, of course, the pre-rolled numbers. We know that. Unless you've been living under a rock. However, there are some things which are calculated when you take a shot. Oh my god, man. 639. These rolls are just crazy. So, as I was saying, taking into account the armor thickness, because there's also a thing as penetration rolls. It's penetration predetermined. Armor, no, armor is variable. Angle is variable. Things which are predetermined are penetration value, which is calculated versus the armor value, and damage. And I guess how often you're gonna get set on fire, how often your crews are gonna get injured. These are probably predetermined, most likely. However, where the shot is gonna go, how much damage it's gonna do, and what the penetration value is, these are predetermined. So I'm going to keep saying that because I feel like I'm in one of the little classrooms with little children that you have to keep reminding them so that they would learn the lesson and make it, a permanent part of their knowledge. And I believe that every content, oh my god, every content creator should do the same thing. Remind his audience, his or her audience, because there are some nice female content creators out there and they are just, oh my god. Anyway, let's not get into that. But every content creator, regardless of whether male or female, should remind the audience. Oh my god, man. How many times are you going to do that? So, as I was saying, remind your audience, if you're a content creator, if you ever get the chance to watch this, that there are certain things in the game which are not everything's as it seems. The very first time that I made a video about this was when it was on Siegfried Line. I took that shot, and even though the guy had gone behind the wall and he was fully covered, the game decided that, yeah, your shot is going to connect. How? Wargaming's logic. Oh boy. Here comes the It's as if the enemies have this super huge magnet on them and he's just shooting the metal. It just attracts me. The shots get attracted. You figure it out. Oh boy. Oh man, some of these shots were hilarious. Oh my god. The one on the ELC and the... He's doing a very good job. And he is up at... I can show this very quickly. No, not combined. He doesn't have any assist. 5.8 thousand. Ladies and gentlemen. 5.8 thousand is a fantastic result on a tier 10. This is a tier 8. Of course, it would be even more impressive if this was done on a tier 7 or God forbid, a tier 6. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I don't think in normal terms, normal PvP, that any tier 6 would be able to do that kind of damage. Of course, there are exceptions, where exceptional players, well, where all the inverted commas, the stars align, and he gets 29 Muppets to play with him. Because we all know that in order to get a fantastic result, you must be the only good player in the round, or if there are any other good players, they get unlucky, they die in the beginning, and they just walk out. Everyone just walks out like little duckies, one after the other, out in the open, target-rich environment, and you just keep shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting. Until at some point, you wonder, am I going to run out of ammo? Now this thing rarely runs out of ammo. Why? Because it has a very pretty decent alpha. Actually, it has a huge alpha for its tier in comparison with the reload. And the best part is that standard penetration, ladies and gentlemen, 250 to 258. In the worst case scenario, you have 250 at 500 meters. Now, 250, the last time I checked, is more than enough to go through almost any frontal heavy tank in the game. 250. We're talking 250 with a shell velocity of... Okay, 983. It's a little bit lackluster, but okay, fine, no problem. What about the premium? The premium should have better shell velocity. If you would stop doing that, no, it's the same shell velocity, but it starts at 270 and it reaches all the way to 307. Probably one of the best premium shells at tier 8. I've seen up to 330, but okay. And, well, I don't know what the Vipeiro was doing there. He threw away most of his tank. Ugh. This shell was supposed to penetrate, and where it's supposed to penetrate, it ricochets off. Where it's supposed to hit the sky, like this one, it goes bullseye. Nice, good shot, Vipeiro. Too bad he threw away 95% of his HP by going there so boldly. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, well. That was expected. And that guy is shooting premium, so it would have been very easy for him to hit the lower plate of that Vipeiro. Now, don't get me wrong. Vipeiro is a great vehicle. But when you shoot premium at it from that distance, well, there's not much you can do. Now it's, there you go. Premium. Again. Again. Now, there you go. That was the final enemy. Now, do not get me wrong. It's not that I'm telling you, do not shoot premium. When you have to, you have to. What are you going to do? But I have a greater deal of respect for players like our friend Super Nooble, who shoots regular stuff and he gets a fantastic result like this with an ace tanker, couple of nice medals here, as you can see, a Naiden's medal for destroying at least 3 light tanks, all the light tanks in the course of the battle, a high caliber for doing 6,322 damage, 14 penetrations, and a top gun for getting 6 kills. Wow. With a 13,100 WN8, this is a fantastic result. Buddy, worthy of, ooh la la, look at that base XP. Almost 1,600. Mwah, bellissima. And check it out. The best guy on the enemy team was the other guy with the T103, who did, okay, he did fairly good. Almost 3,900 damage is not bad. 587 on a loss. Let's see, did this clown do anything? No. Oh well. Ah well. No gold. And of course, he's going to make a profit even without the personal reserves running. Still would have made around, let's see, 76. I'm too bored to Too bored to think. Something above 100 and something. Which is not bad, not bad. With a premium vehicle, premium account, and shooting nothing but regular ammo, bellissima. You are making me want to play this game even more and play this tank even more. So I hope I influenced you guys, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. This battle was quite fun. Well, a couple of shenanigans here and there with weird rolls, inverted commas, not exactly rolls, I already explained that. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications, okay? Because you should watch more of my videos. You should. If not, oh, c'est la vie. What can I do? It's life. Members, I'll see you in the members area. Take care and bye-bye.